What is up, y'all? It is Mike here with Combat Sports Today, joined by your new APFC Flyweight champion, the man of the hour, Roy Echeverrias. If I pronounced that correctly, I tried my best. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, my brother. Thank you for having me.
Oh, of course, man. We appreciate you taking your time out of the day. You fresh off that win against Cody Lynn for the APFC Flyweight champion. How did it feel to take that belt?
Feels good. It never feels bad to win, and especially a belt. It's an important. It was an important night, important fight. Glad to that I came out victorious and with the belt on.
Yeah, one thing I was actually doing a little bit of research before we got started, and I noticed on Tapology, crazy enough, it looked like 91% of Tapology voters picked Cody Lynn for the underdog against the underdog. So how does it feel to be in that underdog spot? Obviously, the fight already happened, but
Love it. I mean,
right.
love it. I don't really pay attention to it. I look at it. I look at those type of things after the fight. I try to not give them attention before the fight, just so I don't, just doesn't get to any type of thing under your skin. But after that, it's kind of salty. Like it's kind of like disrespect. I mean, it's like the fight before it was 8% on me and 92 to the other guy as well. I was like, yo, what's wrong with these guys? But fair enough. I proved them wrong and so what's up? How probably next time they will make the same mistakes. But if they keep doing it, that keeps giving me results. Keep it coming.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So, if I'm not mistaken, the fight before Cody Lynn, it was your knockout of the year contender. That was the fight. 92% of the people picked him. You're saying?
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy. I was watching that fight earlier, and I mean, of course, I saw the highlight clips. I was just going through and watching some of your fights, and um, that head kick knockout was absolutely insane, man. Uh,
Yeah, that's good.
that guy seemed to be a pretty, from what I saw and his record, he's a pretty solid fighter as well. You got some solid quality wins under your belt. Um, I think you got a bright future moving forward. But if we can rewind a little bit, you know, looking back at your early life, I know that you had some things going on where you were involved in this resistance in your home country, Venezuela. Before you started getting older, when did MMA become a dream for you as a profession?
No, it actually became reality more when I started maturing myself. When I get like more into like the university type of thing. I'm a dentist, so when I started on the sport, I started first with jiu-jitsu, and I was just doing it because I mean my dad was a jiu-jitsu uh, player at that time, and the sport was really new at our country, but I was just involved by consequence of my dad. But as I started growing up, it was started getting serious. I started really enjoying it, loving it, and then I had my first fight at 16, like fresh off high school. I was like, I got it on a 24-hour notice. Today, from fact, December 3 of 2013 was my first fight ever. I got in 24 hours notice, and I TKO the guy in the first round. But it was 24 hours notice, so I didn't like have time to like get mentally prepared for a fight. It was just I was helping a teammate to get ready for a fight, and he got injury, or like he got not injured, but like he got his recovery issues, so he couldn't show up to a fight. So my dad asked me, "You want to fight for him?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's get it." I took the fight and I fought and I won, and then, damn, this feels good, like it feels good. The get into the cage, fight someone else, yeah, all the emotions and feelings that you deal with getting into a fight, and also having after a fight, like people like cheering you, like congratulations, all that. It feels good, but like that moment I feel like, okay, if I want to do this, I really want to have to take it serious. This is not a game. I could get injured. Like, I put myself in the position that my opponent that night was. That guy got 6 stitches on his forehead from knees, and I was like, damn, that could have been me if I was. I just took this fight and turned it at 4 hours notice. Like, this is not a joke, you know. So I started taking it serious back then, and then when I came here, when I decided to come to United States, is when I say, okay, I'm gonna come here to fight for my dreams. I'm gonna really make happen and be 100% athlete. You know, I'll be a 24 hour. This is a full time job, and let's like I have a goal clear, I have a dream clear. So let's put all the work in and make it happen.
That's pretty crazy. So basically, 13 years ago today, you got in the cage for the first time, and it was
Yeah.
love at first sight.
Yes,
That's
sir.
that's pretty incredible that we're
It's
here on
crazy.
that day.
Yeah. I'd say fun fact that because my those memories of Facebook and on like all the social medias remind you, and I was like, it says past and present, and he put the both dates, and he puts a random photo for today, but a photo of that day was of me fighting and getting win on 2013 in Venezuela. I was like, what the fuck?
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But so you became a dentist, so that would have happened before you came to the States.
Yeah, that happened before I came. Before I came. Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
finished. I finished my university, and meanwhile, all that was happening, I was involved in the resistance, and all the political problems and country problems, and I was dealing also with my career as an athlete in the sport. But as soon as I finished the university, like I did it as a checklist just for my mom. Leave me alone. so so I finished that, and things started getting serious on the country, and I decided with my family just we have to leave the country because I was gonna get like really deep in problems. So we just got out, and I came here just to do what I love, you know.
yeah, that's I was when I was looking into it, you know, I want to say intriguing, but that doesn't give enough weight to the word with everything that was going on in your country at the time. What prompted you to, get involved with the political movement? And, I'm sure that's a lot of serious things going on, but was there a moment where you're like, I need to get involved with this?
It was the moment that like I was in my second year of the university, and like the everything's like from one year to another. I'll look at it that way. Maybe it was before because people older than me was protesting back at that time, but I started looking at it because I start getting into the adult life. I start living by myself. I start to having more responsibilities, like meaning in the actual real life. No, 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 just in the university, but like buying food, buying materials for my career, transports, all that. Everything start getting dark. Like really dirty. Like to get food, it was a mission. Medicine, it was a mission. Or supplements to practice at the university, it was a mission. And not on top of that, it's really expensive. And the problems start like getting situations start getting tense and heated, and in the streets and in the whole country. So me as a dreamer, as a guy that wants the best for his future and the future of his family, along with thousands of people, millions of people, I'll say, in the country, like start deciding to go out of the streets and make the government at the time feel like our needs, that what we really want, that we need a change. And that apparently was not allowed. But like they didn't want none of that. And us as a young people, we were who have the energy to like fight with them and be on the streets for days and nights. And giving resistance, to what was happening. That's what the name came all that, puts together. It's because we were like actually giving resistance and fighting, and they were shooting us, like putting us in jail, beating the fuck out of us, like all those type of stuff, and we still were there, like as a unbroken resisting, as a like we're trying to not give up, and make make it harder for them, and that they really understand that we're not asking for something different, or like crazy. We just want to have a clear country, that or have or benefits that our kids or future be better, all that, and they just want to take over the control and keep the money, all that politic stuff.
Yeah,
So
I know politics is absolutely
it
crazy, and
sucks. Yeah.
yeah, I know it's we could talk about that all day. And
Yeah.
actually, you kind of ventured into what my next question was going to be. Your nickname, the Unbroken. You kind of went into it a little bit there. That's what I was about to ask. The Unbroken. Does that have anything to do with that? Of course, you know.
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. That give me that this experience gave me certain mentality on how to stay strong. Because I mean, what I'm telling you is like 1% of what really happened. We're actually we went through, and we deal with on a country like that, and especially me being so deep involved on the streets and the problems that I mean, we could be here doing I don't know, a 30-year podcast. You know what I mean? Like, just telling you stories and things that happen that make me stay strong mentally, because many people that I know could break. You know what I mean? So it make me be strong mentally, physically as well, and all that put it together with related with a sport too. It's kind of like we live on a sport too, but that's real life sports, more a little bit different. But you have to have the mentality right to go through a lot of stuff. We, as a fighters, as an athlete, we pass through injuries, we pass through family problems, relationship problems, many stuff that could affect you if you let them. I won't say that, oh, a family death shouldn't affect you. You shouldn't let it affect you. No, I mean, definitely cool, but you have to be strong mentally. You know what I mean, to keep doing what you need to do and control what you can. So that's kind of around the concept that I took out my nickname Unbroken. So yeah.
Yeah, I like that. The Unbroken. Obviously, it explains you properly in and out of the cage. You know, you're a fighter, and I love to see that you're advocating for things that you believe in. So
Yes, sir.
I don't know exactly what's going on there now. I don't know if you know if the situation is getting better, but of course, I'm always sending prayers and love to the people.
Yep.
And then,
Definitely.
so just venturing into a lighter hearted subject, of course, you're training out of Goat Shed, and we got a lot of, some big names over there: Bernardo Sopai, Jillian Robertson. Are there, aside from yourself? I wanted to ask if there's any other up and comers that we might not know of. Of course, you are in that equation as well. And I guess I wanted to know a little bit about the overall vibe at the Goat Shed.
Yeah, no, 100%. We're a goat shed. It's because shed, like, it's where the goats, the actual animal, are, where they breed in them, and at the same time, it's the greatest of the whole time. So we breeding the greatest of all time fighters in the academy, in the go shit. You know what I mean? That's our mission. That's our vision as well. So we try to get the best fighters possible that we can, and that's we're not a big team, but that's for a reason. We not like we try to keep it close but quality, and try to that every fighter that comes out of us, or under our name and represent us, is it has that brand, you know what I mean, of this is not a joke. Like, this is a really really good guy, and that had the potential to be the greatest of the whole time on his life and his career. So we have Alberto Montes. He just got signed to the UFC. He's a 145er, also Venezuelan. He just got signed from the Contender. We have Eileen Perez. We have third street Ryan Hughes. We have Arturo Vergara, who's fighting for the world title of Karate Combat on December 19. We have Shasay Randy, which is a 145er champ as well, Pakistani. Gus Villamil, who's another flyweight that trains my main training partner, that he's a top prospect as well. And yeah, we have a bunch of people, but it's well, not a bunch of people, but like we have like around two, three per division. We try to keep it. We try to keep it like that around. So two to four actually. So we have two pairs per division, and but those four people are top niche. You know what I mean? And we whatever we need evolve on each of us, it's taken care of with either be striking, grappling, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, whatever it needs to be evolved. We focus really on that on each of us, and make the best version of everyone.
Yeah, I like to hear it. It sounds like you guys got a lot of good up and coming prospects coming. Some Dana White Contender Series signees. Speaking of Dana White's Contender Series, what are your thoughts on making a second appearance there? I know you had been on one time before. In terms of maybe stepping in on short notice, or if you get another opportunity at Dana White's Contender Series, is that something that piques your interest?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind. I mean, my like I said a little before, it was my goal is clear. My dreams are clear, and my main goals for now it's getting to the UFC, and then we have different goals going ahead, which is getting to the top, getting ranked, and getting the title eventually. But yeah, if Contender Series, I'll think start July, mid July, depending, or mid July, first starting August,
Mhm.
and finish September, October. So it's kind of far from now. We're talking about 7 months, but they start making the matchups around March or April, something like that. So we gotta see. I'm in a good position right now. I could get it. I could get on a short notice either to the UFC straight, either to the Dana White Contender Series, or the TUF that's actually going to be a flyweight. Is gonna be involved with the flyweight division. Starting on February and March, I think so. But yeah, I mean, like I say, either of those three options, I'm good with it. Definitely I would prefer the best one for me at least would be a short notice call to UFC. It's a straight contract.
Yeah.
But regardless, the options, I feel like I'm ready. I'm a total different fighter than what it was 2 years ago when I fought in Contender Series, which I'm I'm happy with the performance that I had. I didn't give my whole best, but I mean, the company was was wondering what could happen if the fight keep it going, But I know they're interested. They know my name. They know who I am, and I'm under the radar. So that's what I'm saying. I'm in a good position right now. So whatever it comes, for with my goal and aligning with my goal and dreams, I'm running it.
Yeah, short notice call in, of course, would be amazing. But you just might have cooked there with that Ultimate Fighter House as well. I mean, shoot, I know obviously best case scenario to be in the UFC right now. That's the best option. But
Yeah,
the Ultimate Fighter, legendary TV show. Opportunity to climb through there and become a high ranked alumni with them is that's pretty cool in itself as
yeah,
well.
that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, I would love to. I mean, especially because it's soon. So I just fall. I don't mind being on in February, March. That's around the time that I should be fighting anyways. So might as well do it there. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
but if I have to keep waiting or make another fight, defend my title or whatever I need to do, I'm gonna keep doing it. Like no one's gonna stop it. No one's gonna stop it.
Yeah, and speaking of some potential news, there's rumors of a RIZIN Flyweight tournament coming soon. Is that something that would interest you at all?
Nah, not really. Not really. I mean, I have, like I say, I have my goals clear, my what I really want, and I've got opportunities from big companies before, and we decline it. Just because I don't want to, not disrespecting any other promotion or fighter or anything. But I wanna be at the top. I wanna be on the best league in the world. For me, it's the UFC, and the rest they're good. Um, but it's simple. It's not on my. It's not on my options. If it's not the UFC, I just don't like. I just don't keep fighting. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
just like that. So
I do understand. I know, especially recently with the Bellator fighters on the PFL side, they're locked in contracts. They're kind of getting held out, and we've seen similar things going on with one fighting championship as well. So I understand why the feeling for UFC or bust is kind of the option, because you don't want to sign a contract and then just get shelved by another organization.
yeah, exactly. I never signed a multi fight deal contract either. I try to make my with my work with my managers and team to make the one fight deal for the same reason. We don't want to be locked up for with anyone that is not what we want or is not aligned with what we want. Even though that UFC Fight Pass company have the options to release me if it's in a UFC call, but I just don't like the being locked up in, and we never know what's happening. If one of those companies break a deal with the UFC for pass and now you're still locked in or whatever, it's gonna be a mission that you have to deal with, and I'm not willing to do it. I don't want to take chances. So we're just waiting for the opportunity. We have like our objectives clear. So if it's aligned with it, we stick to it.
Yeah, that's pretty. I like that approach. So you've been just going forward with one fight contracts just to make sure that you're covered in terms of like not getting locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. And with the current promotion you're with at the moment, APFC, how do you feel about them? Like how have they been treating you in terms of like you know, um, you know, leading up to the fight, after the fight? How's the business going over there?
Good, pretty good. I cannot say anything bad about the APFC. They're really professional promotion. I mean, it's run by the Hall of Fame, Anthony Pettit. So he knows more than a lot of people, a lot of promotions, how to treat a fighter, because he was one of the best treated fighters in the company, in the best company. And he not just went there; he went to also the other company, PFL, and fought there as well. He fought in karate combat, so he's been not alleging in the complete sport. You know what I mean? And he's been the top promotions in the world, and he knows how the fighters like to get treated. So I feel like that's why he treat his fighters the way that he does, and I'm really happy. I'm not, like I say, I'm not on the contract with them. I represent them. I'm happy for the opportunities they have gave me. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy with my participation on their promotion so far. So I feel like if they keep running the way they're doing it and keep growing, it's definitely, so far it's one of the tops on the on UFC Fight Pass. But I won't doubt that they will be number one and fighting for number one and two in the next couple of years if things come going like that, because it's a new promotion really relatively. So
Hey, that's awesome. Some of the guys over with Combat Sports Today, we love APFC, so we love to hear good things about it as well.
yeah.
In a perfect world, what does 2025 look like for you?
Well, perfect word would be starting a new year with a new with as a new UFC fighter. But yeah, that's what we're working towards to. 2025, our goal is stay active and get into the UFC like every other year that we've done it before. But this year I feel like we have finished the year in the best position with a world title from an important company, and also on a win streaks. So with two top prospects in the country and their states and in the region. So I feel like we're in a good position to potentially be on the UFC in the first quarter of the year. So that would be ideal. First quarter of the year, start being those type of talks and make my debut as soon as we can.
Yeah, I'm certainly a fan. I would love to see it. I feel like something that is a bit newer. I mean, of course, throughout the years we have seen this, but something that is newer to the flyweight division in terms of the UFC is finding fighters at that weight with stopping power. And on your record, you have 5 knockout wins, if I'm not mistaken, and you certainly know how to finish a fight. And I feel like that's exactly what the UFC is looking for. So, in my opinion, of course, the same as you, it's only a matter of time, and I'd love to see you in there sooner than later. Um, I do have a couple fun questions. I know you've given me a lot of time so far, but I just had a couple questions I wanted to ask, and I'll start it off with, outside of fighting, favorite hobbies, things that you like to do when you're not in fight camp.
Well, my first thing that I like to do, I think this is one thing that a lot of fighters relate to. It's eat. I mean, I like to not just not eat, but try new restaurants, new places. Me and my wife are a fan of um, trying new restaurants. Like we have a list on how many restaurants have we eat and stuff like that. So we try to eat in as many different places and cultures as we can. So that's one thing that I like. Now I have a son, so it's also it's included on that, and have a good time with him and live the fatherhood. Is something that I'm enjoying, and I'm just going to life. But I'm a really full time fighter, so I don't have too much time or like really like I'm a. Besides that, I'm a full time fighter. I'm a whole year camp. I'm in camp the whole year, so I'm not like, oh, I'm not training because I'm not have a fight. So I'm training every day. Like if I have a fight, the only thing that I'm doing different is that I'm not in diet, but or like a strict diet. But other than that, I'm doing the same thing every day. And when we have a little vacation, be like a weekend, 3 days, and then back up to work. But yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it. Hey, congrats on the son as well. Of
Thank you.
course, always wishing the best. All right, now I got one more fun one. Being from Venezuela, give me your favorite Venezuelan foods, favorite arepas.
Arepas for me the best one is pabellon. Um, that's my favorite plate. Could be in arepas, empanadas, or like how it's by itself, and cachapas for sure. Those two are top one. I cannot say top one and two, but top one both.
Yeah, I asked because I actually just got a Venezuelan spot right near where I live, so I tried it a couple times. I'm looking to go in there, and I'll take your recommendations the next time I go with me.
Oh yeah, let's get it.
And I really appreciate the time, Combat Sports Today. We appreciate you very much. Before we head out of here, do you have any message for the fans, for the people who may watch this video?
No, thank you, thanks to you for the opportunity to Combat Sports. I'm really grateful for it. Just stay tuned, guys. We're gonna have a good news in God's name on starting the new year, and let's keep pushing, stay unbroken. No matter what happens in your life, you gotta stay unbroken. Okay, let's get it.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for viewing, guys, and I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
All right.